everyone, welcome to the fish room. This is DWS Darius. So earlier in the week, one of you guys asked me if I could make a video about my 125-gallon planted aquarium. So today we're going to look at this tank in detail. I'm going to break down everything inside this aquarium. First off, I will be honest and tell you guys that this is not my favorite tank. I really don't enjoy it too much, just because I feel as if it's not really balanced. It's not really balanced when it comes to fish. It's not really balanced when it comes to plants. Of course, this is all my fault. If you remember how my fish room used to look, before I added my 350-gallon aquarium, I had 3 planted aquariums. When I found out I was going to get a new tank, I combined all these 3 tanks into this 125. And you know, it was unorganized, unplanned, and that's the reason why the tank is the way it is today. So I feel as if the fish are unbalanced. There's just too many main topic fish, too many focal fish. I mean, too many fish that try to take the center of attention. I just have too much going on. I have discus, rainbow fish, cichlids, barbs, and I think it's just too much confusion when it comes to the fish. I believe that if I was to keep less different types of fish, it would just be a lot more enjoyable. And then it's not balanced when it comes to plants. There's not a balance in light, nutrients, and substrate, CO2 levels, and everything like that. And because of that, I'm not getting a lot of plant growth as I would like. So yeah, this tank needs some work, and I will be doing some work on it pretty soon. I'm going to be replacing a lot of the plants in this tank, and also I'm going to try to organize the fish stock. But as of today, I want to give you guys a list of every single fish inside of this aquarium. So in this tank, I have one discus. Now this is not your average discus. This guy is a lot more aggressive. He's a hybrid. I know his mother is red. His father is blue. I'm not really too sure with the specific names, but this guy, he's a beast. He likes to fight every fish in this aquarium. When I first bought him, I had a couple of discus. He killed off the rest, and he's just a crazy little fish. After that, I have one electric blue acara. I have one Goyder River rainbow fish. I have one Dalmatian molly. I have one Siamese alligator. I have 3 roseline sharks. I have 7 tinfoil barbs. These tinfoil barbs are just growing out in this aquarium. I will be using them as dither fish in one of my other tanks. Same thing with the 2 bala sharks that are in here. Now when I bought the bala sharks, I did buy more. Well, I bought 3, but one of them was killed by the other 2. So I'm not sure what happened between them. But yeah, now I only have 2. I have 3 panda cory catfish. I have 3 yo-yo loaches. I have 4 black coolie loaches slithering around. I have a male and a female bristlenose pleco, 1 African leaf fish, 1 clown pleco, and finally 3 stone catfish. Now the stone catfish I couldn't get on camera. If you saw my video about these guys a few months ago, these guys have amazing camouflage, and it's just definitely not easy to find them. And if you saw the unboxing that I did last week, I had some snakeskin barbs that I put into this 125. They were tiny, and now they have disappeared, and I'm thinking that my African leaf fish has eaten them. Now those were all the fish in this aquarium. After that we have plants. As I told you guys in the beginning, the plants are not doing too well just because there's not a lot of balance in this aquarium. Previously, most of these plants came from dirted aquariums. In this tank I'm using EcoComplete. The EcoComplete takes the time to build up nutrients and stuff like that. So all my plants that feed from the roots, a lot of them are struggling to survive. And besides that, the CO2 levels in this aquarium is not really balanced. So a lot of the other stem plants are not doing too well with that. So firstly, we have Crip Wendetti. This is like the only plant in the tank that looks okay. I have like a little carpet area to the left of the tank. Eventually, I would like to get this all over the tank, so I did buy some more. But yeah, this is the only plant that's not looking too bad. After that, I have Crip Spiralis. This is just surviving. Every week I pull off leaves, and it's just because this is one of those heavy root feeders, and it's not really getting a lot of nutrients from this EcoComplete. I have Hydra. I'm not really sure which type. It started to grow off when I first bought it, but then it just stopped growing, and now algae is starting to grow on it. Water Wisteria, same deal. I have several random rocks of Anubias. Once again, 3 aquariums, 3 planted tanks, combining them so I get this huge assortment of plants. So I just tossed the Anubias in here. I also have 1 random piece of Java fern that just moves around in the aquarium. It drifts around. Then I have this unknown stem that just sits in the middle. And just like the Hydro, it started to grow when I first bought it, and then it just died. Now to this date, I haven't been using any fertilizers for the plants, nor have I used pressurized CO2. And that's because when I first set up the system, I believed that being that this 125 was connected to my 350 with filtration, they share the same water, and I believe that they share the same water, the same waste, the same nutrients, and it would be able to benefit the plants, but that definitely was not the case. So as of today, my plan, I'm still not going to use pressurized CO2, even though I do have a system, And that's because this tank, even though it's 125, it shares 500 gallons of water, and I'm not sure how much CO2 is going to be required to actually benefit the plants. So instead, I'm going to swap out the plants for just a low-tech system. I'm going with a bunch of Java Fern and a bunch of Crypt Wendetti. In my opinion, both of these plants look awesome, and I imagine that they will look amazing in this aquarium. I just need to get them to grow. So I also went and bought me some liquid fertilizers, some Flourish, Excel, and I'm just going to see what I could do with this aquarium. Now, when it comes to the fish in this tank, I'm still not sure which direction I want to go in, but what I do know is that I want to keep it simple, only keep like a handful of species, instead of having it all mixed up as I currently keep it. But yeah, I have a lot of different options. I could have did discus. The only scary thing about discus is that my current discus, he's aggressive, and I don't want to go and buy a lot more discus, only to bring him home to have him killed by my aggressive one. So that's an option, but it's scary if that does happen. Another option would be mixed barbs. Now, this was one of my first intentions for this aquarium. I was getting a lot of torpedo barbs, which are extremely beautiful, and I could have had a nice mix of barbs, so that's definitely an option, and I definitely would get a lot of color from that aquarium. I could have did mollies. I have this current Dalmatian molly. She's awesome, but I imagine having her with a bunch of Selfin mollies would be amazing. And, you know, there's just a lot of different options. I even had the option of piranha, but of course I would have had to get rid of all the fish that are currently in here. But imagine piranha in this aquarium. The only scary thing about piranha is that they do have a heavy bioload, and I don't want to have too much strain on this filtration system since it's already doing 2 aquariums. So yeah, for this tank I have a lot of options when it comes to fish. Now tell me something, if I was to make the entire carpet of this tank Crypt Wendetti, if the entire bottom was filled with Crypt Wendetti, and if I had a bunch of Java Fern, just making this tank very lush with those 2 plants, out of all the fish I listed, which ones do you think will look the best? Or if there's a fish that I didn't list that you think will look good in that type of setup, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, everyone, if you're looking at this video and you're trying to get encouragement for your planting tank, I'm sorry, because this tank is definitely not encouraging. And it's not a good example tank, but you guys asked to see it, and here it is. Yeah, if you have any advice of what I could do to improve this tank, let me know in the comment section below, because this tank needs improvement. I will start working on it next week, because that's when my plans will arrive. But yeah, until then, this is the tank. Now, I'll finish off the video with a little feeding, because one thing about this tank, even though I don't like the disorganization of the fish, when I feed this tank, everything comes alive, and it definitely is a show. So yeah, I'm going to finish off this video with a feeding. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys liked, and hope you guys subscribed. Enjoy!